Seconds out, we are here in Dubai with none other than the legend, Tomy Ferguson. Tony, how are you, sir? How's things?
Doing great, man. Weight is good. Had some good breakfast this morning. Got a good burnout last night. I think we did around like 20 some rounds. There's a bag work mitts and everything, and feeling good, man. Acclimated well.
Yeah, talk to me about the acclimation. Obviously, acclimatizing to Dubai, different time zone, everything else. How long have you been out here for? And are you nearly there with all of that?
Oh yeah. So I've been here before, but it was August 1st. And in Abu Dhabi, and it was hot as shit. It was super hot. So I feel spoiled being able to walk out here with sweats and a hoodie sometimes. So this is like California weather. And to be able to acclimate, what I did was I started training around the clock probably about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Around the clock training. So you're talking about like, didn't matter what time it was. Most of the time I'll be riding my bike around like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning over there, pumping around like 20 miles, which is about 2 or 3 o'clock over here.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so I started acclimating that way, and then when I came here, I'm actually going to bed at a normal time, where everybody else is struggling. And so I knew that Warren was going to be that guy that was going to be already acclimated here. When you go into acclimation, you see how they try to acclimate him for the fight. Yeah. Where beforehand they had him run through the full motion with the dude that had experience and everything to be able to get him used to it mentally. Now, as far as Tate goes, I've had plenty of opponents and coaches that have ran through the same thing. Kevin Lee, his coach before he passed away, ran him through the same thing, through the walkout, the song, the entrance, and everything at Extreme Couture. He went through the full motion, so that way they can go and they can critique and nitpick at it. And that's the case, then they're going to try to bring and pull every single thing that they possibly can into that fight. Now, I'm not saying he's trying to get in my head, because at first he was talking mad shit. I don't give a fuck. That goes into my preparation. Like, I've got stacks of index cards, and each day I wrote down all my workouts on this card, and every time I would show up, I would write it. I got a stack of fucking cards that like say that I did the work necessary in order to fucking beat this guy. So anytime I have a doubt in my mind, I just think about that paperwork that I fucking did and all the work and the plate workouts when nobody was there. When nobody was there. This was after or before, like making sure that I was getting that work in. It's not like I have to have somebody hold my fucking hand. I just need somebody to hold me and to fucking get my water and do my shit most of the time. But this camp, I've had good coaches, I had good training partners, people trying to take my fucking head off in sparring, which lit me the fuck up and woke me up like that guy when I first started. Yeah, I'll be real. It was interesting how that works. But Goggins was a guy that said I needed to get back to that. The first time I had the instance where I got back to it was when I walked out of Misfits, when I felt the fire and the heat. Because any other walkout that was to the UFC was not like that. And it fucking did something to me. And it woke me up a little bit. And then the victory. And then after our victory, on our way back on the flight, the night before my dog passed away. And so we got back and I hear that. I had to go and bury my dog a week later. So it was like all these emotions and things that were like going up to this lead up of everybody thinking I'm gonna fail, and all this shit was boiling down inside my fucking stomach. And so every single time I'll prepare, I remembered what it fucking felt like to have that feeling. And I said, I'm not getting hurt no more. I said, fuck this shit. I'm not doing that to everybody else anymore. Because when I won and I saw how everybody was, everybody could feel exactly how I felt. And it was just like the most amazing feeling.
One thing that people don't see on the outside is the emotional and the mental sort of fight that you've got to have when you're in that training camp, or when you've had a couple of losses and all of a sudden you have a changing room full of people when you're winning to just the bare minimum, because all of a sudden when you start losing, then people that
disappear.
Exactly.
But I've been fortunate enough that when my people disappear, they don't disappear for long. It's because I keep us together. I make sure that like I'm that glue that makes sure that everybody's always doing good. I'm making the phone calls, I'm hitting the text messages, I'm doing these things and checking up on people. And then most of the time, I really don't have too many people checking up on me, except for the ones that really matter, which is my family. And that's my wife, and my kids, and those, like, I had to learn that you don't need big, huge groups to be around you all the time to keep you comforted. You don't. I never had to have that. I'd never been that one guy. But I've always been around good teams, like many teams that where you find that energy. And sometimes you have people that never been on that team. They never had big teams, and they don't understand it from a certain perspective. But I'm not going to educate you. I'm not your dad, I'm not your coach, I'm not gonna tell you. It's just different. But if you can experience it through my experience of how I'm going through my shit, then maybe you might get it. It might help your life through something. Because through all the losses and through all the wins and everything, I'm gonna be real with you, I have gained so much more of a solid following because of me not wanting to quit. And that is, to me, if I can teach my kids just to not quit, and my fucking kids are unbreakable. And you're talking about fucking, I run football, and I'm sitting there, and these coaches, they might, because I'm me, you know what they do? They put my kid on last string because they think I demand stupid shit, and I don't do that shit. And I tell my kid, I can't do this for you. I'm not going to, and I never was. You're gonna have to earn this every fucking step of the way, because people are gonna treat you like this because of me, because of our last name. People are gonna fucking either demand shit of you, or they're gonna treat you like a certain way. You're gonna have to be strong and unbreakable. And since both of my boys are fucking unbreakable. And the coach afterwards, I have them do push-up contests and all this stuff, and my kid's the fucking last one standing doing the push-ups while everybody else is doing that. When everybody's done doing sprints, he's the one asking, can we do more sprints? The coach ends up fucking liking the kid and ends up bringing him to starting position. But because he fucking put in that work. Not because I said anything, but because people want to fucking imply that I might demand because of who I am. Never do. Not one fucking bit. Never do I do it. Everybody's got to earn their own shit on their own fucking turf.
Tony, when you got announced to the Misfits and you were in this big fight with Sol Papi, already there was a target on your head. People were saying, look, either we want to face him or he's got that fear factor. You did what you did against Sol Papi, great performance.
He was a fighter.
Yeah, okay.
He was a solid fucking fighter. I mean, like, when you go into it and you're signing up to fight somebody, you're not going to not prepare. What kind of idiot is that? Like, people are going to go in there, they're going to try to rip your head off. That's what you're preparing for. I mean, hell yeah, if I got a chance to fight somebody like that, I'm going to go in, I'm going to win. I'm going to go in, I'm going to take that from him, because that's the swag. No, these guys don't have it. It's different. So, I mean, when I fought Sol Papi, he's solid southpaw. We prepared really well. One of my training.
Were you surprised, though? Because obviously you've come to the influence side. Did you expect Sol Papi for it to be of this level of what he was?
Of course, he was 6-2 pro. Oh, 6-3 now. But I mean, being real, I'm want to know, like, when it went into it, I had to take. Remember when I had my first fight, I did sprints before trying to fucking get me to get ready, and I remember being out to be like super tight. So like that nervous energy, that aura that you have, like when you first start, like I had it, I disassembled it, I put it away, so when I start my next sport I can bring that back out. But I've had enough experience and enough time in that ring to be able to realize that I love the sport. I've always wanted to box. I was never allowed to. Yeah, and the only time I was ever not allowed, but anytime I always found myself in a cage was during fight night. Fucked up. I always found myself in boxing rings.
I do find that crazy that you weren't allowed to box, but you ended up becoming a certified MMA legend.
I wouldn't say it wasn't allowed. It was just I was so damn busy. It was like with the UFC. I was always so damn busy. It wasn't saying they would never allow me to box. I just never asked. Yeah. And it's just like, man, if you want a caddy, you just go up and you ask. And maybe what's the worst they could say is no, right?
Yeah.
That closed mouth don't get fed. And so that's me asking, I want to box.
Listen, obviously the division's left open because obviously Gibbs relinquished. And now a lot of people seem to be calling you out. Slim is one of them who seems to be talking about your name, wanting that fight with you. I know you've got a fight on trial.
Everybody wants to talk shit until they get hit or until they fucking sign on the dotted line when it goes into it.
What do you want to say to Slim and everyone else that's calling you out, man?
Slim? I don't know. I'm probably skinnier than you, Slim, like being real with it. I mean, look, when it goes into it, money talks, bullshit walks. So I'm gonna handle this business here with Warren and Gibbs, Spence. Anybody can fucking get it when it goes into it, and they realize that I was knocking people out before I started learning the rest of the game in MMA. Like, this is allowing me to be able to get out there and get sharp again. So you guys want to get knocked out, line them up.
Your opponent, Warren Spencer, you did mention at the start of the interview, but he likes to talk, and he has talked as he normally does. What do you make of that? And just are you used to it, or is this something you like? Is there something that pushes you further when somebody talks shit?
I'm not the kind of guy you want to talk shit to.
I know.
I'm like that. When people talk shit to me, I'm that guy in the back of the fucking house with the red lipstick and my fucking sniper rifle, fucking going over here doing this stupid shit like an Adam Sandler, Billy Madison. I'm that fucking crazy guy. And when it goes into it, like, I break out the dossier, I break out the pencil and the paper, and I start writing notes about like every fucking thing about how tall they are, where they're from, like their weight and everything, who their coaches, what's their names, how they break it down, their first round, how do they do, they circle right, they circle left, they do. I break it down all the way fucking down, like to make sure, like, and I like it when people talk shit. You know, in the UFC, they didn't talk shit for probably like 5 years during the pandemic. You know, I think they were smart to not do that because they knew already what they were gonna get. So, I mean, these guys, they don't understand it. They're influencers. So I think that he did get it, though, when he first saw me in the real part, because I'm not about that shit. Like, I come from a certain area where I was the only one that looked like me. And so people that said shit and they meant it, I went over there and I handled fucking business like I was supposed to. And he said it was going to be a gentleman's sport, and I'm like, you say that after you fucking see me. So you're going to have your hands full on Saturday night, kid. So just make sure you make weight.
There is evidently a fear factor about you. When you did enter Misfits, there's also a fear element, and because people know of your background. I do want to talk about a fight happening in Miami, obviously the one that shocked, I think, everybody in combat sports is Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua, certified former world heavyweight champion. Jake Paul, maybe cruiserweight, maybe whatever way he lands up, but definitely not a heavyweight. What do you make of that, man?
Good news, bad news. At least it's news.
Okay. Yeah.
Being real with it. I mean, Jake's got enough balls to be able to pay it and fucking want that ticket. I mean, he's got a puncher's chance. Every fucking person's got a puncher's chance when it goes into the boxing ring. And we're put on the same size gloves. You put it on shoes, cup, mouthpiece, and literally you got 3 minutes to go out there and either survive or fight. Doesn't matter what the fuck it is, but that goes for any other person that never did it. There's tons of people that want to hate on it. There's tons of people that want to praise it. But at the end of the day, everybody's going to fucking watch it. Regardless if they want to say good or bad, they're going to watch the highlights on their Instagram, or they're going to fucking stream it. They're going to do whatever the fuck they're going to do, because they either want to see Jake get knocked out or see him knock out fucking AJ. And at the end of the day, I just hope that both fighters, they walk away from the table, normal and shit like that when he goes into it, because you never wish bad ill will on anybody, and you just I've always known that, like you always say a prayer beforehand, that both of us walk out, unscathed and unharmed, so that way, we go back to our families and do the normal family thing, especially the fight before Christmas.
100%. Hopefully they walk out, like I said, safe and with a lot of money, man. With a lot of money.
And you know what? When it goes into it, this is professional sports. Yeah. When we go into it, when you get into high school and or you have this idea, like you don't come from too much, and you build this background, and you just keep building and building and building and building, and you're taught not to look back but to use it as your foundation. You have these chances and opportunities that exist when we create them, and Jake has been creating them for himself, and he's been getting a lot of heat and doing his things. I couldn't understand how that calluses somebody, but at the same time, you got to realize that nobody else is doing what he's doing. Some people are, but not a lot. But the people that are critiquing the most are the ones that are not doing it. It's fucked up.
It's true. Anthony Joshua.
I hope they both knock each other the fuck out. So double knockout.
Leading up to this fight, a lot of people started to question Anthony Joshua's legacy. He's obviously former world champion. But
people can question whatever the fuck they want to question. The fact is they have enough energy to question somebody else's legacy. That means that they don't have one themselves. Excuse me.
Talking about legacies, and the final one for myself, because I know there's a bit of a queue. Terence Crawford, who just come off being Canelo undisputed champion.
He's a wrestler too. I saw him wrestling, getting down. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna hit up Terence. Terence, hey, let's get some grappling in, man, just for shits and giggles. I'm in Orange County, buddy. Congratulations on your fight, and congratulations on your retirement. And it's cool, man, doing things that not too many people can do, because I'm on that same boat, man. Love that shit.
Tomy Ferguson, look, it's an absolute pleasure talking to yourself for the second or third time. Good luck with the rest of Fight Week, and yeah, man, do your thing.
Absolutely.
And I'll see you on Fight Night.
Thanks,
so, man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you.